Most people think sports are just entertainment, but for millions of people, it feels much deeper than that. Some people cry after a loss, some scream at the TV like their life depends on it, and some people, they feel absolutely nothing. Maybe you are one of them. Maybe everyone around you is excited about a big match, and you just sit there wondering, why do people care this much? Today, we are going to talk about the real psychology behind that feeling. And by the end of this video, you may understand your own brain in a completely different way. Thousands of years ago, humans survived in tribes. Being alone was dangerous. Your group protected you, gave you food, and helped you survive. Our brains still carry that ancient system today, but modern humans do not hunt together anymore. Instead, many people join different kinds of tribes, politics, music fandoms, online communities, and of course, sports teams. When a person says, "we won," their brain truly feels connected to that team, even if the players do not know they exist. That emotional connection is real inside the brain. Scientists discovered something fascinating. When sports fans watch their team play, the brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical connected to excitement and reward. It is the same system involved in gambling, video games, and social media addiction. Every pass, every goal, every close moment creates tension. Then the brain rewards the person emotionally. This is why sports can feel extremely intense. The uncertainty is the important part. Nobody knows what will happen next. And the human brain loves unpredictable rewards. But here is the interesting part. Not everybody gets that dopamine reaction from sports. Some people watch a game and simply feel bored. Their brains are not strongly activated by competition between strangers. This does not mean they are emotionless. It does not mean they are cold people. Their brains simply search for excitement somewhere else. For example, some people feel alive while reading books. Others feel emotional listening to music. Some people love building businesses, learning science, traveling, or creating art. Different brains connect deeply to different experiences. Sports also create a strong us versus them mentality. Your team becomes the hero, the other team becomes the enemy. This can unite people very quickly. That is why complete strangers hug each other after a goal. Their brains temporarily feel like part of one family. But people who are not interested in sports often think differently. They usually do not connect their identity to a large group. They care more about individuality. They often ask questions like, why should I hate another team for no reason? And honestly, that question makes sense too. Another big psychological difference is emotional investment. Sports fans enjoy supporting something bigger than themselves, but non-sports people often prefer direct participation. They want their effort to actually change something real. For example, instead of watching athletes compete, they may prefer creating something themselves. Writing, drawing, starting projects, learning difficult skills, helping people close to them. They enjoy experiences where their own actions matter to the outcome, not just sitting and watching. To understand sports fans, you must understand storytelling. Sports are not only games, they are emotional stories happening in real time. The underdog team, the comeback, the final seconds before victory or failure. Humans naturally love stories, and sports deliver endless dramatic stories. That is why people become emotionally attached. But some people look at sports differently. They see randomness instead of meaning. They think, why should this matter to me? And again, neither side is wrong. Research shows that people with low interest in sports often score higher in openness and curiosity. They are usually more interested in ideas, creativity, art, and exploration. They still experience deep emotions, just from different places. A beautiful song can affect them more than a championship game. A deep conversation may feel more exciting than a final match. A scientific discovery might inspire them more than a trophy. Their emotional world is simply focused somewhere else. And honestly, modern society sometimes forgets that there are many different ways to feel passion. For some people, avoiding sports also has a personal reason. Maybe they felt excluded growing up. Maybe school sports culture felt toxic or aggressive. Maybe they were judged for not fitting in. Or maybe nobody around them introduced sports in a positive way. Experiences during childhood can shape what we enjoy later in life. Sometimes indifference is not natural. Sometimes it is protective. But other times, people simply think sports are boring. And that is completely valid too. Here is something most people never think about. Sports fans spend many hours emotionally invested in other people's victories and failures, but people who do not care about sports often spend more time focused on their own lives, their own goals, their own growth, their own relationships. There is something powerful about that. Instead of watching the story, they want to live their own story. And maybe that is why some non-sports people feel disconnected from huge fandom culture. They do not want to be spectators all the time. They want to participate directly in life itself. So, if you never understood sports obsession, you are not weird. Your brain may simply process meaning, excitement, and connection differently. Some people find purpose inside competition. Others find it inside creativity, knowledge, relationships, or personal growth. At the end of the day, humans are all searching for the same things: meaning, emotion, connection, purpose. We just take different roads to reach them. So the next time somebody asks, "Did you watch the game last night?" and you honestly do not care, do not feel guilty about it. You are not broken. You are not boring. You are simply focused on a different kind of game. If this video made you think differently about yourself, there is another fascinating question you should explore. Why do quiet people often think so differently from everyone else? And why do they notice things others completely miss? Click the next video and you may understand your own mind even better.